Hi, and welcome to the third episode of How to Teach English with videos. Today, we're going to look at how we can use screenshots, so pictures we take of 1 second or even less of a video, to get learners to predict the content of various types of videos. Let's get started. And so the first film we'd like to show you today is called 5 Things Every Presenter Needs to Know. And we found it on the Film English website, which we love, by the way. And it's about 5 things every presenter needs to know about people. And so with a video like this, it kind of makes sense to choose 5 screenshots illustrating the 5 things that every presenter needs to know about people. Let me show you the 5 screenshots that I picked from this video for the 5 tips. And what I would get my learners to do is to describe first what they see in the picture. So in this picture, we've got a person, a man, and we've got the word learn, and we've got something 20 something, 3 boxes with 20 written in there. And then the next step is, and if you have the pictures given out on pieces of paper, then students could write their idea on the flip side, their idea about what the actual tip is. So you tell them that the video is about 5 tips that every presenter needs to know about people, so they know how to try and formulate what the picture they think represents. So let's look at the next one. So here again, they do the description, eye, ear, presentation, and whatever else they can see in the picture. And then they see, maybe the tip is, remember your audience is listening to you and looking at you and your slides at the same time. And you would do that for the rest of the screenshots. So in this case, 5 tips. So we've got 5 different screenshots. And once that has been done, so students have described what they can see in the picture, and on the flip side, they wrote their idea. And again, you might be familiar with this from one of our previous videos. The pictures can be passed on to another pair who again can look at the picture, speculate, and on the back side check if they agree with what another pair has written. And if yes, they can tick it. And if no, they can offer a better alternative. So when this has gone on for sufficient amount of time, you can play the video so students can check. So let's actually look at this part about the second tips to see how close we were.
Number 2, multiple sensory channels compete. During a presentation, there are 2 sensory channels that are the most active, visual and auditory. Your audience is looking at you and listening to you. They're also possibly looking at slides you're showing. If the slides are visuals that are easy to understand, like photos or diagrams that add extra context and meaning, then having these multiple channels, audio and visual, are a positive experience for the audience. But if the slides are hard to read, if they're complicated, if there's a lot of text on them, then the visual channel is going to be distracting. The visual channel trumps auditory.
We did okay there, didn't we? So we established that there was an audio channel and a visual channel, but we didn't really talk about the interplay between the 2. Okay, so that was one idea for this kind of animated video that explains something. But you can also use the same idea for any video that has a story, that has a narrative. And so what I do is I'll just pause the video kind of every minute and take a screenshot of what is happening. And then you can give out these pictures to your students. Well, if you want to, you can project them, or you can give to each group of students a set of these pictures cut up. And so their first task is to try and put these pictures in order. Let's look at an example. So here's a video, fear of flying, about fear of flying and a bird. Let's actually look at the first sort of 15 seconds of the video together. I sometimes do this with my students, and then sometimes I don't, because I think the more they don't know, the more interesting it can be. But some students definitely benefit from getting some kind of framework within which they can be creative. So it's helpful if they can watch the beginning of the movie.
Good morning.
So there are the 5 pictures. And again, if you watch the beginning of the movie with the students, then they will know what this picture stands for and what was happening here. And that could be beneficial for some students to have that kind of scaffolding. But you can also choose just to give them the pictures. So first they describe what they can see in the picture, then they speculate what might be happening, and then they try to put the pictures into chronological order. So they could do this in pairs or groups, and then it's a good idea to get the student to share their story with another pair or another group and see if they agree or disagree. And then you would watch the video as a whole class, and everyone could check whether their order was correct or different, and how their narrative compared to what they actually saw in the video. And this can also lead to really good discussions. Right, unfortunately we don't have the time here to show you the whole video. I love this video. There are many great videos in Film English, but this is one of my favorites, definitely. So do check it out. There's going to be a link in the description below on YouTube. And also, if you want to know what the 5 tips are that every presenter needs to know, then we've got a link for that as well. About how you take a screenshot. For me, the simplest thing to do is to find the key on my keyboard on my laptop that says print screen, or I think technically it says print screen. And so when I press that, what's on my screen is copied. And so one option I have is to open a Word document if I'm creating a worksheet for the website, for example, and I can just paste the picture in there by pressing Ctrl and V, or pasting, right click and paste. I use Dropbox, and Dropbox automatically saves my screenshots into a folder, and I think it's possible that other software might do that. So I have it all stored conveniently in one place, and then it's easy for me to work with it. Okay, that was it for today. We hope you liked the tips and you get to try them in class soon, and we'll see you next time. Bye.